Hello students, my name is Ivana and I will be your English teacher for today. The lesson is comparison of the present tenses or comparison of the present simple tense, present continuous and present perfect tense. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to make a difference between the use of these three tenses. To make a difference between present simple tense, present continuous, and present perfect tense. I'm sure that you all know how to form these tenses, but let's quickly revise their formation. For the present simple tense, I'm sure that you all know that for the third person singular, we add s or es to the verb. For the negative form, we need don't and or doesn't, and then follows the base form of the verb. For the interrogative form, we need do or does, then follows the subject, and then the base form of the verb. For the present continuous tense, we need the forms of the verb to be, which are am, is, or are. And then we add ing to the verb. For the negative form, we just add not to the forms of to be, and then follows the verb plus ing. For the interrogative form, we need first the forms of to be, am, is, or are, then follows the subject, and then the verb plus ing. For the present perfect tense, for the affirmative form, we need first the subject, then have or has, and then follows the past participle of the verb. Look at this example. Anne has broken her arm. For the negative form, we just add not to have or has. And we've got subject plus haven't or hasn't, and then follows the past participle of the verb. Like in this example, sorry, I haven't found your purse. For the interrogative form of the questions, we need have or has, then follows the subject, and then the past participle. Like in this example, have you ever been to China? What can we say about the past participle? For the regular verbs, we just add ed to the verb, like in this example, play, played. And about the irregular verbs, we use the special form that we can find in the third column of the list of verbs. Like in this example, see, saw, seen. Seen is the past participle of the irregular verb see. What about the use of these present tenses? When do we use present simple tense, or when do we use the present continuous tense? Let's first look at these two pictures and what does the man say? In the first situation, he says, I normally go to work by bus. And in the second situation, the man says, but today I'm going by bike. So we can see that we have two situations. In the first one, we have a repeated activity that normally goes on. And that's why we use the present simple tense, which is signaled by this normally, by this adverb. In the second situation, we've got an activity that happens today, at this moment, around now. That's why we use the present continuous tense. Let's now make a comparison between these two tenses. When do we use the present simple tense? We use the present simple tense to talk about events that are repeated or true for a long time. And this includes habits and routines, like in this example, Pete cleans his room every weekend. Or we use it to talk about scientific facts. Look at this example. Lemons don't grow in cold countries. We use the present simple tense for permanent situations. Like in this example, John lives in France. Another use of the present simple tense is to talk about opinions, beliefs, and states by using verbs like hate, know, like, love, need, prefer, remember, think, understand, want, etc. Let's look at the two examples. He loves talking about films. We don't know the answer. We don't normally use the present continuous tense with these verbs, and it is not usual to say we aren't knowing the answer. Или на македонски, сегашно просто време го употребуваме за дејства кои што се повторливи и тие може да вклучуваат навики и рутини, научни факти или општо прифатени и општо познати факти и за перманентни ситуации, постојани. Потоа исто така го употребуваме сегашното просто време за да искажеме мислења, верувања и состојби, употребувајќи ги глаголите кои што се дадени на листава. What about the present continuous tense? We use the present continuous tense to talk about events that are true for a short period of time. And this includes actions in progress at the time of speaking. Like in this example, he isn't wearing a hat. For temporary situations, like in this example, she's helping Harry a lot this week. For changing situations, like in these examples, the lessons are getting more difficult. The leaves are turning orange. Или на македонски, сегашно трајно време го употребуваме за да говориме за дејства кои што се случуваат во моментот на зборување или во блиската сегашност. Исто така за привремени ситуации, како и за ситуации кои што се менуваат. Како во овие примери, часовите стануваат потешки, листјата стануваат портокалови. Another use of the present simple tense is to talk about timetabled future events. Like in this example, the next bus leaves at 6:15 p.m. Or the present continuous tense. We use it to talk about future plans and arrangements. In these sentences, we use a future time expression. Just like in this example, I'm meeting Allison on Friday afternoon. Или на македонски, сегашно просто време го употребуваме за однапред утврдени идни планови, идни дејства, кои што се одвиваат по некој распоред, како по примерот. Наредниот автобус тргнува во 6:15 часот. Или за сегашно трајно време, кога го употребуваме и за идни планови или планирање што ги имаме направено. И во овие реченици најчесто употребуваме прилог за идно време. Which other time expressions do we use with the present simple tense? Let's see. I'm sure that you all know that we use the adverbs of frequency and other time expressions like the following. Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, hardly ever, never, every day, once, twice, etc. Like in this example, I always drive to work. Which time expressions do we use with the present continuous tense? Let's see. We use the following time expressions. Now, at the moment, today, nowadays, these days, this week, etc. For example, the computer isn't working at the moment. What about the present perfect tense? When do we use the present perfect tense? I'm sure that you all know that we use the present perfect tense to give general information about recent events or to talk about past events when the time is not specified. Look at this example. Have you heard? Tom has broken his leg. Or to talk, we use the present perfect tense to talk about a positive action or event that has a result in the present. Look at the following examples. He's broken his leg, so he can't go on holiday. There's been an accident on the main road, so let's take a different route. Another use of the present perfect tense is to talk about actions started in the past which continue up to now. Let's look at the two examples. Lisa has known her best friend for 20 years. Or we have owned our new house since last September. Remember that for refers to the period of time of the action of occurrence, and since refers to the starting point of the action. Или на македонски, present perfect може да го преведиме како минато неопределено време и го употребуваме за дејства кои што се случиле во непосредно во сегашноста или во минатото, меѓутоа без конкретно да се наведе времето на случување. Исто така, минато неопределено време го употребуваме за да покажеме дека е важен резултатот од дејството во сегашноста, дека е релевантен резултатот во сегашноста. Исто така го употребуваме минатото неопределено време за дејства кои што почнале во минатото и кои што траат се до сегашноста. Тука најчесто ги употребуваме прилозите for и since. При тоа for укажува на периодот на траење на дејството, а since укажува на почетната точка кога почнало дејството во минатото. Other time expressions used with the present perfect tense are ever, never, yet, already, just, since, and for. Here is an overview or a summary of the use of the present tenses, and you can see when do we use these three present tenses. Now let's do this activity. You can pause the presentation and you can write the sentences in your notebook and do the activity individually. In this exercise, you should use present simple tense, present continuous, or present perfect. Now, let's check the answers. She can't come to the phone now because she's studying for tomorrow's test. Here we use is studying because it is a situation that is happening around now. They must be at the sports ground now. They usually play basketball on Fridays. We use the present simple tense because we have usually in the sentence and it refers to repeated activity. Let's look at sentence number 3. I have finished my work already. I'm ready to go for a walk with you. I'm cooking breakfast right now. Can you call a little later? This is a situation that is happening right now. That's why we use present continuous tense. I haven't read this book. Can I borrow it for a week or so? Here we use the present perfect tense. Maria is good at languages. She speaks French, Spanish, and German. So this is a permanent situation or to express ability. That's why we use the present simple tense. So far, he has written 5 stories for children. In this situation, we use the present perfect tense. Well done, students. I'm sure that you all did the activity successfully. You can do it once again. For homework, you can do the following activity. You can pause the presentation and you can write the sentences in your notebooks. Your task is to fill in the gaps with present simple, present continuous, or present perfect tense. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was useful. See you next time. Bye.